Hey guys, it's Kathy. Don't fast forward yet. If you fast forward through my intro, hold on one second. Before I play my intro, um, the first 5 minutes of the clip with Judge Fleischer, when Judge Fleischer comes on later, the first 5 minutes of that is it's horrific. So if that's something that you do not want to hear about, it has to do with animals. So if you don't want to hear anything like that and don't want to see anything like that, then um fast forward 5 or 6 minutes when we get to Fleischer. All right. Now, back to our regular show. Hey guys, it's Kathy. How are you? Haven't talked to you in so long. I'll remind you again when we get there, but I don't want anybody to walk into this one without their eyes wide open because it's horrible, horrible. Hi, Michael. Hey, everybody. I think we have a new person. Is this? No, Horsefish. No, not no. Hi, Horsefish. From the EU. All right. So I got some today. It's not, I mean, it's still gonna be long. It's just not my normal amount. Um, it's funny because um hi Mike, because one of my vibers posted a clip in Discord of one of the judges that I'm going to show today. The same clip. Hi, Country Cactus. Oh no, no calls. Call in sick. Quit. Hi, Chris. All right. Hi, Robbie. Yep, the gang is almost all here. I'm not going to name any names or anything, but the gang is almost all here. All right, let's get started. So let's get started with something that'll make you smile. Remember the little feisty judge from New Jersey that we showed the other day? So I got a 5 minute clip of her, and the first 4 minutes is just boring court stuff. Boring, boring, boring. Oh man, you're a cop? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I can't prove it anyway. I need a lawyer. I'm gonna play her again, and just the last. This is how you know how a person truly is. So as she's going through this, the your address, blah blah blah, with this defendant, domestic abuse, blah 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 blah. She talks to the correction officer that's in the jail, and I mean, oh man, she's so good. I mean, so good. All right, here we go. Let's put it on.
May 20th, 2024 with CJP's custody session. I'm Judge Elias State versus Jerome Brown, W 2024-208-0717. Appearances, please.
Prosecutor James Mullen on behalf of the state.
And Sorrel for Mr. Jerome Brown.
All right. Mr. Brown, the Office of the Public Defender was able to confirm the exact address for you. Mr. Mullen, what is the address that the state is satisfied as provided?
Yes, Your Honor.
Apartment or floor? Thank you. So, Mr. Brown, you were close.
Thank you, ma'am. My mistake.
So that's where you'll be expected to go. The
Yes,
public
ma'am.
safety assessment recommends ROR. I'll hear further from the state.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Your Honor, in this matter involving allegations of domestic violence, actually 2 counts of simple assault together with mischief, while we acknowledge certainly the lack of any adult criminal history, respectfully, we do not consent to the release of the defendant on his own recognizance. We seek, rather, Your Honor, an upward modification to level 1 monthly reporting. But we would note in support of that, Your Honor, with respect to certainly the victim, Victoria M., is indicia of injury, specifically a laceration to that victim's lip. So for that, we can seek level 1. We seek no contact with the 2 victims. Again, Victoria M. together with Marguerite Y. And finally, we seek admonishment from the court that during the pendency of this matter, the defendant is not to return to the shared residence. Thank you, Your Honor.
The defense has no objection to those conditions of
No
release.
objections.
How
No
old are you?
objection.
How old are you?
52, ma'am.
You're going to be ordered released today. As a level 1 for monitoring, you'll be expected once per month to call pretrial services. Pretrial services will arrange with you the exact day and time each month that you'll have to call, and I'll accept the stipulation for the protection or safety of any other person or the community based upon the visible indicia of injury in the affidavit. Do not find yourself rearrested for any new offense while you're released. Should any of your contact information change, immediately notify pretrial services. Do not miss your court dates and avoid all contact with Victoria, include electronic, telephonic, as well as social media. Whatever items you need from your previous shared address, you'll first have to go to the Orange Police Department and have an officer escort you back to get those belongings. Otherwise, at all times, be certain to stay at least 1,000 feet away from both Miss Remicky and Miss Brown, and don't have anyone contact them for you. A violation of this no contact condition shall result in penalties and consequences. You'll find them listed on your release order under the notice to the defendant. Should you be subject to a domestic violence restraining order, any violations to any provisions could constitute civil or criminal contempt and result in your arrest, prosecution, incarceration, a fine, or jail sentence. Excuse me. Do you understand the conditions of your release?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is before Judge Wright on August 30th. Ms. Smith is the attorney assigned to represent you, and you'll be able to discuss with her your eligibility for pretrial intervention, recovery court, and the Veterans Diversion Program. Will pretrial service afford him an exit interview?
Here we go, guys. Here it comes.
I'm gonna be, ma'am, sorry. I didn't get that clearly, ma'am.
Will pretrial services afford Mr. Brown an interview?
Your Honor, this is the moderator. They have left for the day. But I can interview him following court if you want me to.
That's so nice of you, Officer New York. I've come to expect you to raise the bar to that degree, and I truly appreciate your efforts to go above and beyond. What we're going to do is we're going to give Mr. Brown the opportunity to call pretrial services tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. for his exit interview. You'll get the information of how you need to call, but tomorrow you'll be required to call pretrial services to initiate your efforts to be monitored as well as a level 1. Follow the directions of the Corrections Department and have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Your Honor,
So
can I-
relax, Whitney.
See, wasn't that awesome? That's a guard. That's a guard at the prison. You know, and she's not a judge that was like, Hey, is there anyone there at, whatever New Jersey county this is? I don't remember. Hi, Sally. She knew his name, or her name, and the compliment was so genuine. I love this judge. She just makes me smile, even when she's chewing someone out. Okay. Um, this guy learns. He learns. It's a little boring up to it. It's a little boring after, but in the middle where he learns. Nope, it was in New Jersey. It's New Jersey. I just can't remember which county in New Jersey. No, it's not here. But it's the same oh, Essex. It's right there in the sex right there in the sex sign. It's in Essex County, New Jersey. Yep. So, guys, every single time Essex County, New Jersey comes on my screen, just take your thumb and cover the word. It's not Middlesex. I think it's Essex. Or not bottom sex or top sex. No, Essex. Okay. Let's go to a 5-minute douche. I don't know where I am. I think I'm in Indiana, but I could be in Colorado. Actually, I think I'm in Colorado. Let's go to Colorado. And, guy, consequences of his actions catch up with him. I mean, I think he believes what he's saying right now at this second when he says it, but I don't believe what he's saying at all. Hi, Jacques. Here we go.
Like,
Washington.
Yep, it says the clerk's minutes continue the protection order request to the next docket. And I don't know what the state's position is, but
This is the wrong one. This is her. This is this lady. Well, you'll see. You'll see. They protect her, whether she likes it or not.
I can tell you that in Stoughton County, I don't have that come up too much in Garfield. In Stoughton County, they never agree to list the no contact orders between the victim, especially in a situation such as this. I've done it at times over the state's objection, but only after the witness submitted to an interview with the prosecutor and the state's counsel. And then, the prosecutor felt they had the witness or the victim locked into their statement, and then they would agree to lift it, but it was special circumstances. I don't know what you're thinking, Ms. Christensen, but
I would object to modifying it at this juncture, but Ms. Puckett and I have spoken on the phone. I understand her position, and I'm sure she can express that to Your Honor, but essentially she's indicated that the case itself has been blown out of proportion. She indicates that this was an accident, not...
I know it's his birthday and you have so much work to do and you're so busy. And then you take the time to say what a lovely person Cha is. So I love you. I love you, Nicola. I love you. You're so nice. 14, man. Ooh, you better buy some aspirin. And some way to count to 10. Some way to count to 10. And okay, when my son started turning 14, I bought a pizza every 3 days. Every 3 days I would buy a pizza. So I would make dinner every day like normal. But that pizza was always there because they don't stop freaking eating. They just never stop eating. Yeah, Nicola was like telling Cha in chat what a lovely, lovely person she is. And she is so lovely. It's all right, Lori. I'll just talk a lot and then you can like catch up. Hot signal. Okay, so we're going back to Washington. Hi, Julie Cat.
An intentional assault that she is in the process of having to sell her house, and she needs Jimmy's help to do that, to both package, pack and also deal with the documents and the citing. We talked about the fact that the state can work with a third party on some of that legal work. And then she also wants Jimmy to be able to see the 5-year-old Scarlett for Scarlett's own benefit.
So now what kind of modification is the state comfortable with of this no contact order?
None.
Oh, none. I misunderstood you. I thought you said at this juncture, I'm fine with modifying it, and I didn't know what you were saying. Okay, so at this point, ma'am, I understand your request, but I'm not going to modify it. Once everybody's had a chance to interview you, I might consider it at a later date, but at this point, I can't modify it.
I have 3 days to sign the papers for my house.
You what?
I have 3 days to accept the cash offer for my house. I need him to be able
His
to.
sister can work with her, correct? Yeah, that's what we usually
what happened?
do.
Jimmy didn't hurt me in any way. Like what they're saying happened did not happen. And I did not give that statement to that officer. He's lying. What is in that police report is a lie. And this is what's happening to my family is not okay.
I understand.
Like in 7 years, we've never had any problems with domestic violence. And all of a sudden there's this, and now my whole family's been ripped apart. My kids got taken away. I had to sell my house to pay for an attorney. I mean,
the only modification I was going to suggest that what I'd be comfortable with would be that they could have communication in writing only. That way there's a record of it. But that's about all that I was comfortable with. So that's where I'm saying if you guys can get together and get the interview done, then we'll go from there.
Well, I think it's pretty clear.
If we want to do an interview, we can do an interview. I mean, whatever needs to happen to fix the situation is what needs to happen, because this is completely out of control.
My position is that though Mrs. Puckett indicates that there's no history of domestic violence between them or violence between them, that and there's certainly no convictions that I'm aware of.
Between me and 3 wives. 2 other wives, there's never been a domestic violence.
Are numerous reports that Mrs. Puckett
has one time
refused to cooperate or denied anything going on, just like in this particular case where we have very obvious and very extreme injuries. My concern with having written communication is that that doesn't really help me or the court to ensure that there's not manipulation or tampering or collusion happening, because we don't get those. I don't think either of us want to be in the position of being the third party getting CC'd on every text message or email they send to each other. But I have every reason to believe that Mrs. Puckett would not report any violations or any attempts to get the story straight on exactly how this claimed accident.
I'm leaving it in place for now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I understand your objection, but I'm leaving it in place. All right, we're going to be in recess for 12 minutes.
Oh, she's mad. She's mad. She's mad. She's mad. Okay, so that was Washington. I wonder if I can find that other clip real quick. Well, let's do stuff on the fly in the middle of a live. I think that's a great idea. 15 minutes? That's so long. We only care about the middle part. This might be it.
Joseph
It is,
Hughes,
but
24.
Can you guys just trust me when I tell you that the beginning and the end is boring? So I'm just going to cut that out. I will summarize. LV loves MV. Welcome. And now I have to change my name to MV. Gosh, nobody tell Fozzie. Please, no one tell Fozzie. She was mad, Jay, because throughout the years, there have been domestic violence accusations against her husband. I think, yes, her husband. And she goes in to the police in the courts every time and drops the charges and drops the charges and drops the charges. So this time she came in to drop the charges, and the judge is like, no, we're not going to drop the charges this time. No, you're not safe. That's it. We're not changing it. So now she's mad. So I'm just going to fast forward. Hi, Sarah. I'm going to fast forward a little bit and then end it before it's over. So what we're going to miss is he violated a protection order again, and now he's in court. And he's getting, I think he lost his deferred when he did that. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think the judge talks for a while. I think, hold on, let's see if it's here.
I've already praised you and thanked you for your service, but I also told you that you don't get to use that as a crutch. I mean, the same way that someone who has an survives a abusive childhood, doesn't get to tell me that, well, look, my life sucked and therefore, I get to commit offenses and act like a fool. The fact that you were a decorated soldier and you did things and saw things that most of us either don't want to see or, are fortunate enough not to see, doesn't mean that you get to rely on that the same way I told you before, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what's it going to take to get you to either admit you need some help, to get some help, to work the system instead of working it the way you're working, which is not working?
I honestly don't have any words. All I know is that I really do miss my wife and son, and going about it like trying to, I messed up. I mean, it's just hard not being with them.
I get it. But if I think she really wants to be with you, it was the sense that I got. But at some point, you keep pushing. If you're not working the system and things aren't changing, then what is anybody supposed to do? I mean, it's the same thing. I haven't known you that long, but I'm in the same frustrating situation. And for her to be with you for as long as you guys work together, I imagine for her, it's got to be so much more frustrating. And again, I'm not coming down on you. I'm not trying to be obnoxious. I'm not trying to be difficult in any way, shape, or form. I really, really, really want you to go to the VA, to ask for help, to work the system, to work any program. I don't care what program it is. But if you're not going to be willing to try to fix whatever damage there is, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing Mr. Sawyer can do. There's nothing Miss Brady can do. And you're going to miss out on so much. And it's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair for who you are. It's not fair for your child. But I don't know what to do. So I'm just hopefully going to leave it with that, and maybe somewhere, somehow down the road, that does get through that thick head of yours, and you really do go to the VA and try to work the program. In 24M70, $40 fine plus costs. 1 year supervised probation, supervised by state probation. Domestic violence evaluation to be completed by July 10. And comply with any treatment, 24 days jail, 24 days credit for time served. Anything further on that case from everybody?
What was the completion date for the DV valve?
Okay, then it gets boring again. The judge tells him, which this probably isn't the best thing the judge has ever said to him, is that he gets the impression that his wife wants to, make things right and work things out. I probably wouldn't have said that. I probably would not have said that to this guy. Um, yeah, yeah, you're right, CRD. Anyway, everybody, CRD is back. So I know if you've been watching my streams in the comments, people are asking who's CRD, who's CRD, because every stream we talk about CRD. CRD lived in Texas where all the power went out for days. And she had to go into a hotel. Her aminals are okay. We make sure the aminals are okay first. But she got her power on, I don't know when, but she stayed at the hotel an extra day, and she's going home soon this morning. I don't know how long she's gonna be able to stay on this stream. She has to get her animals home, but we're so glad to see her back. And we missed her very, very much in chat. And if you guys don't know who CRD is, you really have to watch the chat when you watch this. I know it takes a little bit of time for YouTube to process and get the chat up there. I can't. There's nothing I can do, but the chat is the best part. I'm telling you. I know I keep saying it, but the chat is way better than these things. All right. So back to our regularly scheduled programming. We got one more before Fleischer. So this is the clip that somebody put he put a little portion of it in, not knowing I was going to play it today. Here we go.
1021. I'll show Miss Carroll appears. You may have a seat, ma'am, in person, and Mr. Williams appears in person. You may both be seated. Give me one moment. This might be my only non-eviction case for the 8:15 shift. So let me just take a peek at what this is set for. This is regarding verified request for immediate possession of personal property as opposed to real property. So not an eviction, so I don't need to give the pre-eviction diversion. It looks like Miss Carroll says that she owns a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. She says, and quotes, "He took it without my permission. He has a vehicle in his name." So Mr. Williams, let me ask, do you agree or admit that the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee is titled in Miss Carroll's name?
It is in her name. Can I move on? Can I talk more?
Yeah, let me swear you in so that anything you say will be sworn testimony. Please raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand up. What is your full legal name?
It's Nicholas Williams.
All right, and Mr. Williams, just a moment ago, before I placed you under oath, you had admitted that the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee is titled in Miss Carroll's name, correct?
Yes, sir.
But you have something more you want to tell me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So when we got this vehicle, it was put in her name. Her daughter and I were married. Well, we still are married. And she said that she would put it in her name. So the past 5-6 years, I've made
we already knew that
payment on this vehicle, insurance in my name, registration. I've paid all of that. And because her daughter and I are going through a divorce, out of spite, she wants to take the vehicle, and I've forked out $20,000 towards this vehicle.
And when the vehicle was first purchased, what was it purchased brand new?
It wasn't brand new. We bought it from Carvana, but I've always had the vehicle in my possession, or my wife has had that vehicle in her possession. Like I've said, I've made all the payments on the vehicle, the registration, and as soon as I left the house, she even sent me a text like, "Hey, the registration's due. You need to pay it." So I paid it and sent it back to her, and then she wouldn't give me the tags for the vehicle, and basically told me give her the car back. And I was like, "Well, I'm basically renting a vehicle when you put it in your name, and it was just, we had that mutual agreement, you know."
Okay, I understand. I'll hear from you in a moment, Ms. Carroll. I believe I understand the basics of the situation. Let me ask some questions while I have you on the floor, Mr. Williams. You said it was not purchased new. Do you remember the year that it was purchased, approximately?
I'm not sure, maybe 2018, 2019.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
5 or 6 years?
21.
Oh, it was
in 21? Okay, so maybe 3 years. All right. And Mr. Williams, what is the monthly amount that you pay on the vehicle?
It's like $465 and then like a $3 processing fee or something like this. I think $468.95 or something like that.
Okay. All right. And is it your testimony that you have paid that monthly amount every month for approximately 3 years?
Every single payment I've made.
Okay. Was there a down payment that needed to be paid on the vehicle when it was first purchased?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Let me go to Ms. Carroll. Let me swear you in. Ms. Carroll, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You may put your hand on. What is your full legal name?
Linda Carroll.
All right, and Ms. Carroll, you've stated in your petition, and Mr. Williams has acknowledged that this 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee, that's a tongue twister, is a vehicle that's titled in your name, correct?
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So did you pay any money at the time of the purchase 3 years ago, give or take?
No.
Okay. Have you paid any money towards the vehicle?
No.
Okay. So if I do some quick math, $468.95, I'm going to call it, just for easy math, $500. And if it's roughly 3 years, 36 months, that's close to $18,000, maybe $16,000 or $17,000 that might have been paid. Miss Carroll, do you have a figure of what's been paid so far?
I don't have a figure. I do have my purchase agreement. Can I go on?
Go right ahead. Tell me what you think I should
Okay, I
know.
paid for the registration.
Okay.
I have the proof here, okay?
And what was that registration amount? The original one, I guess, way back when the car was
Well,
ordered.
I'm talking about that, I think he was meaning just here recently, correct? Because it would have been March 14th, my birthday.
Okay.
I made that, looking at these. I'm sorry, I don't even see them. I mean, it's got separate amounts here.
Right, I know how they work. Well, just ballpark, what did you pay 2 months ago, give or take?
Maybe 200. I'm not positive on that.
For a
And did you pay
registration.
something similar in March of 2023 and March of 2022?
I've always paid for the registration on that. He's paid for the other vehicle that they have, okay, that's in his name.
Okay, and that's not relevant to this one, but you admit
Well,
he's made the monthly payments on
Yes.
the Grand Cherokee?
But there's proof he has not paid. The last payment was made February of 28th. It's due on, I have all of it from the finance company.
Okay,
He's behind almost now 3 months on it.
okay. Now, let me ask you, you would like the vehicle back, correct?
Yes, and you know, it's in my name. I'm not doing this out of spite, okay? She needs a vehicle that she can afford. She can afford this. I've asked him to bring it back several times since the first week of March when he left. And he has one there, a Ford Explorer, that he could take, and he can take care of those payments on that one. She cannot afford that one. They have 2 kids between themselves, plus she has guardianship of my youngest daughter that passed away, her youngest son, okay? So she needs a vehicle that she can actually handle the payment.
Okay.
And
I have
it's
a
in
most
his name.
important question. Are you prepared to pay him back the $16,000 if I have him give the vehicle back?
No, I don't have that kind of money because we had an agreement, make the payments, and I trusted him then. We had a good relationship, but it went downhill when he left. It's just like it all just.
Okay. So I fully understand that the vehicle is titled in your name, Ms. Carroll. However, it appears to me that Mr. Williams has paid the lion's share of the purchasing of this vehicle over 36 months,
Right.
give or take, maybe 38 months if it was March of 21. So if you came here with a money order in hand saying, here's the $16,000, Mr. Williams, I know things didn't work out as we all wanted to. I'd like the vehicle for my daughter, and here's the money to reimburse you for what you paid. That would be easy for me. But without reimbursing him, the issue of possession, whether you're the named titled person, he might have what we call an equitable lien, having fronted the money for it over 3 years. So under those circumstances, the court doesn't necessarily have to say, yes, you have to give it back.
Okay, and what about him not making these payments? Because that's on me. I had good credit.
It's
My
her
credit
fault.
Went down.
It's her fault.
It's bad.
Let me ask, Mr. Williams, what do you have to say about that issue?
Sure, I've got proof. I can show you. I've texted her and asked her for the Bridgecrest password so I can get on and pay it and like bring documents to show you that I've paid it, and she won't respond to me.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
can I respond to that?
You may.
I even have the text message that he sent me. He wanted the password when he got served, and it said that what's the password for Bridgecrest since you're taking me to court? LOL. Let me log in so I can prove I've made every payment, not you. And that's the only reason he wanted the password, to say that he made every payment, which I knew that he hadn't the last 3 months. If I knew that he would make that payment, I mean, one, he can call and make that payment. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. But he did not want in there, he did not state that he wanted in there to make a payment. It was to just get proof that he said he's made every payment.
Okay. Mr. Williams?
Can I say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sir, I've made every payment on time, every single time. If I didn't have, I would log in, I would pay it, and that's how I would pay it. I know it's due. I can get it back up to date. That's not an issue, but I'd ask for the password so I could pay it and then show you,
Did something change? So apparently you were able to log in and make payments for a good amount of time, but most recently, within the last couple of months, you were not.
The password's changed. I can't get onto it.
If it had not changed, were you planning to go in and?
Absolutely. Okay.
But that isn't what it stated. When he texted me, when he got served for this court date, it was to prove that he's been making every payment. And the thing of it is, Bridgecrest sent me 2 emails saying your email is trying, the Bridgecrest, the website, someone's trying to get in, you need to change it. And I never had a problem with him getting in. And payments were never, almost always, not made on time. He borrowed money from me which that's neither here or there, but he borrowed money from me to make those payments. He knows that.
Did he pay you back when he borrowed that money?
Not always, no.
Okay. So, ma'am,
That's neither here or there.
You are the plaintiff, so you bear the burden of proof.
Yep.
If you come here and the scales of justice don't move, the plaintiff loses. You have to tip the scales. What I've heard so far, Mr. Williams has paid the lion's share of things. Perhaps there were some times when he had to borrow to make that payment. That might be a separate issue. And then most recently, even from what you've shared with me, there were attempts to log in to do something. What it is, I don't know, but at a minimum, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt here that maybe he was trying to log in to make payment and he wasn't able to do that. So, ma'am, what amount of money most recently in March?
I got this, Carolyn. Guys, the Discord link is in my description.
Was it around $200? Do you have an exact figure?
As of, from what I'm looking here, let me look at this. As of May 31st, he will owe like $1,224 on this.
When you say 1224, 1,000?
1,000, yes, I'm sorry,
224?
yes. Yep.
And as of what date?
Well, it's actually due on the 28th of each month, May 28th. He'll owe $1,242.
Okay, and I take it that would be roughly 3 months?
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Williams, are you prepared to pay that sum to be able to keep possession of the jury?
Absolutely.
All right. Based on what I've heard, folks, I don't know that the plaintiff has met her burden to get immediate possession. Ma'am, you might be able to meet your burden at the next hearing to get money, and I might suggest that sometime between now and the June 25th, 9 a.m. date, if payment of the $1,224 and perhaps some other $200 registration fee is tendered, that there might not be any money judgment to enter. But I would encourage both of you to work together. I want to ask, typically, my 8:15 hearings are set for immediate possession issues, whether it's immediate possession of real estate being evictions or immediate possession of personal property items like a car. And I don't usually have mediators from the Center for Community Justice before my 9 o'clock shift, but it's 2 minutes to 9. By chance, are either my ladies in the back a mediator from CCJ? No, okay, just was going to check. Because one thing that I might be able to offer you, especially if you're willing to stick around about 5 minutes, is we do have mediators from the Center for Community Justice that are available to my small claims litigants at no cost. So if there's a way to work out something, the way I see this case, either eventually by June 25th or shortly thereafter, Mr. Williams is going to have to reimburse Ms. Carroll for the $1,224, give or take, in what might be owed, and then he can retain possession of the Grand Cherokee. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on, sir. Let let me finish. Or, Miss Carol, if you come up with the money or perhaps half the money and your daughter gets half through the equitable proceedings of a divorce court, and if you want to pay roughly $8,000 or $9,000, then you can get that vehicle. But right now, Mr. Williams has an equitable lien by virtue of having paid thousands of dollars toward the purchase price. You have a question, ma'am?
So with it being in my name, okay, and then like I said, it's hurting my credit, and he's not paying, and I'm sorry, I know he said he would pay that. I don't trust that. I don't trust that he will do that. And then that just keeps falling back on me. So it continues to stay in my name.
Okay. What if I were to make an order that he needs to pay it to be able to retain possession of it? Would that give you some comfort?
Yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Williams, would that be something you can do?
Absolutely. And then I had one thing to add. As far as the registration, I have proof to show that I paid it. It's on my phone. Like I was the one that paid the $200. She wouldn't give me the tags back. I texted her. So I was driving around with, I basically had to get on the BMV and screenshot. So if I got pulled over, I could show them because she was holding it from me.
Oh, they got mailed to her address?
Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have the tags?
Yeah, I have the tags and I paid for them. You paid for the Explorer that you left with Fleischer. You paid for that. I've never paid
Bye,
for the
Felicia.
Explorer. I paid for the Jeep.
I can show
Okay,
you.
well, I can show you. But anyway.
Oh, ma'am, again, it's your
I'm just
burden to prove
really
it.
upset because I had a wonderful relationship with this man.
Understood. I hope that you can continue to have one into the future. I know that sometimes personal property items get in the way of things, but ma'am, by chance, do you have proof that you were the person who paid for the registration?
I'd have to go on and I have this here, but I'd have to go on and into the BMV and show that. I mean, I don't even know my password. I have it written down, so I have to look to see.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do for today. I'm not going to grant the plaintiff's request for immediate possession. However, I want to table the immediate possession issue until the next hearing on June 25th at 9 a.m. I'm going to order Mr. Williams to pay to Miss Carol. This won't be a money judgment, just as related to the possession issue. A sum.
Sir, can I interrupt you there?
Yeah, this is about the 5th time you've
Okay,
interrupted me, and you haven't asked in the past. And when I'm going to say from now, hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to say from now on, if I'm in the middle of a sentence,
Okay.
that's your cue not to interrupt me verbally. You can put your hand up and let me know, I really want to tell you something, Judge, but it's really difficult for my court reporter to type two people talking at the same time.
Okay.
So what do you have to share?
Bridgecrest, I didn't want to forget this. Bridgecrest, which is the finance company, they said that this needed to be paid by May 22nd because they knew about all the court things, even though the due date, but they're saying tomorrow that needs to be paid in full or they will come after the vehicle and it's not going to be a repo type of thing then. They're going to take it because he's not paying. They know the whole situation of what's going on. And that's what they were told me, right or wrong, but that's what they told me on the phone.
Mr. Williams, do you have the ability to either pay Bridgecrest or Ms. Carroll $1,224 by close of business today?
Not by close of business today.
How about by tomorrow?
I mean, I can't guarantee it, but I could probably.
Okay, do you, at least based on what Ms. Carroll is sharing with me, she's telling me that this third party who's not a party to this case is saying that they might attempt to repo a vehicle if it's not paid in full by then. So by when could you, at a minimum?
I'd say by next Wednesday, next Thursday.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I could ask my parents and they'd probably loan me the money. Like that. Yeah.
Recognizing again, if we take Ms. Carroll at her word of what she's saying, this company is wanting payment by tomorrow, and if not, they theoretically could attempt to repossess the vehicle.
And I could call them too. If I had the password, I could call and set up a payment arrangement with them. I mean, it's always been paid on time. It's never hit or credit, you know, it's always been paid on time. And like I said, I didn't have the password to pay it.
Okay. All right. Well, one of our mediators has arrived. So if I'll share this, I could either leave it at this and not have any further discussion, or if both of you are willing to sit down with one of our CCJ mediators, there is a conference room in the back. And if you go and are able to work something out by talking through and sharing information, I'll order it if you're both on board with trying that.
I don't think we need it. I can talk to her fine, just civilly. Like, I mean, it's totally up to you. I'll do
I
whatever.
just want to know, want you to pay it, Nick. You say you will, and I'm sorry, I don't trust him because I know what he has said in the past, and that's where I'm at with it.
Unless it's me. Listen, Steve is right, and unless it's me, then you can do it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And it's unfortunate.
All right, Ms. Williams?
It'll be paid.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to table the immediate possession issue until the June 25th, 9 a.m. hearing. However, I will indicate that if Mr. Williams would like to maintain possession of the vehicle on which he's paid, by my calculations, upwards of $16,000, he would need to pay either to Ms. Williams or to the third-party lender no less than $1,224. It looks like by May 28th would be the May installment. So that gives a week from today, even though they said tomorrow, that would be, I guess it would be delinquent if it didn't get paid in the next 7 days. And if there's no need for mediation, I'll leave it at that. My hope is that you'll be able to work things out in the next month and 4 days, but if not, we'll come back on June 25th and see where things stand. Okay, thank you, folks. I wish you good luck.
Julie Cat, that's a damn good idea. Yes, yes, it is. Yeah, they are not. They refused the they refused it. They refused the mediation. He's gonna pay it. So I don't know how he's gonna get this truck. I mean, it's in her name. She's very spiteful. She's very spiteful. Um, he paid 16,000, probably more like 18,000 into this truck. And I mean, I guess I don't know. The judge makes it sound like he might have a legal I don't know, valid claim. I don't know. I have no idea. So he might have to do that. All right. It is time. So I'm going to pause for a second and say it again. I'm not going to start this right now. We're about to start Judge Fleischer. And it really starts bad. It's horrific. It really is. And it's about animals. So right now, if you can't handle an animal case, please just go away for 5 minutes. Make trigger warning big time. Yeah. Hello and bye. Bye, Terry. Just come back in 5 minutes. I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna hit play. I'm just telling y'all I'm about to hit play. Here we go. He looks
Why don't you give him this?
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Well, one's a girl, right? Yeah. What is it? I know one's a girl. Yeah, I'll just what about now? Wait for it.
We've got a lot of bond violations, so get ready. All right, do we have any arraignments or no?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
All right, Judge, page 15 and 16. Martinez, come on up.
All right, are you Tiffany Martinez? Ms. Martinez, you're charged with 2 counts of cruelty to animals. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to an attorney during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford it, the law will be appointed to represent you, ma'am. Please don't say anything. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. So looks like multiple dead animals were reported. ACO Donald saw dead rabbits in cages with live rabbits, dead cockatiels, other dead birds, and dogs in cages, all dogs emaciated. ACO saw 9 piles of skull and bones, 12 live rabbits, 3 live dogs seized. Defendant ID'd on scene said that she knew of the dog's condition, but no vet care or food. Defendant may be pregnant and have complications. Defendant said the people on Craigslist were selling animals, so she kept getting them.
What, if any, did they confiscate from her? Did they take all the animals? Do we know? All the animals?
Yeah, that's standard.
Okay. Ms. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm now ordering you, as a condition of your bond, not to have any care, custody, or control of any type of animal. Do you understand? If you have a dog, if you have a cat, a bird, mouse, rabbit, whatever it is, you may not have one, or else I will put you in jail. Do you understand, ma'am? What do you have now?
I don't have anything.
You have no animals. Keep it that way. Do you understand?
But can I say something?
No, do not. There's nothing you need to say at this point. What we'll do is we'll talk about you having a lawyer, and then you can say everything that you need to say to the lawyer, and then they can do whatever they need to do to speak to the DAs about this case. But my only concern is that I don't want you to have any animals whatsoever. What do you do for a living, man? How many children do you have? You have 6 kids. You get support for the kids.
I'm married, yes.
You're married. What does your husband do? Doing what? How much money does he make a month?
He just got laid off from a shop, and so he started doing his own thing.
The worst part is over,
You might
guys.
find that court order, please, for the animals. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Yes, like the reason that I have a warrant is because I have all the information from the Humane Society. I spoke to the lady yesterday.
Stop. We're not going to talk about the case now. You need a lawyer to represent you. You're facing a year in jail on both of those counts. You're facing. You need a lawyer. So, and I'm offering you a free lawyer so that you can take care of this case. I'm telling you now, do not get any animals. Okay. Deputy, do you mind giving her an application, please? I need you to fill out an application. I need to know everything about you to make sure that you qualify. And then I'll have you go to Victoria. Ms. Martinez, do not leave this courtroom until you sign our bond conditions, ma'am. Okay.
I just went, Ruiz, Esparza, page 26.
Now that we got through that part, I have to tell you, the judge bounces back. He struggles at first, but he bounces back, and he is in rare form later. And when he talks to, okay, remember Mathis? I just feel sister because I can't remember the judge's name. She fought so hard for Mathis over and over and over again. She comes back and talks about a different person. And I know the judge knows him. He doesn't remember him right away, but I'm sure that we've seen him. I'm sure. He is amazing. Wait till you see him talk to her. He's amazing.
Good morning, Judge.
Joaquin, ¿qué onda?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Do you speak English, sir? Are you Ruiz Esparza? Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is Ruiz dash Esparza? Ready, Your Honor?
Yeah, go for it.
On May 15, 2024, during an unrelated arrest, until officers were drawn to a vehicle that struck a trailer, the defendant driver exhibited watery eyes, slurred speech, and admitted to consuming 4 Tecate beers at a friend's residence an hour prior. SFSTs, 6 out of 6 HGNs, 4 out of 8 walk-in turns, 1 out of 4 one-leg stands, DIC red, consented to Brett, came back at 0.118 and then 0.118.
Okay. Do you mind looking to see if he has any prior DWIs, please? Mr. Ruiz Esparza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. Sorry, no prior DWIs? Okay. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
You're not allowed to drive unless you have either of those things. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or drugs, I'll revoke your bond. I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's your responsibility to stay in touch with Joaquin. I will waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming here to court, but you must stay in touch with him. If he comes back and he tells me that you're acting a fool and not responding to his phone calls, text messages, likewise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. You will not get any more PR bonds.
Yes, sir.
You understand? So I'll have you go to Victoria now. We'll have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Tracy for your bond conditions. After that, you guys are free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks.
We've been waiting for you.
Donnie Andrews?
I have to see it.
Judge, can you take a look at this one? Hey, nice bracelet.
Victoria, Victoria.
What's this?
He didn't go get tested.
Where is he?
In Peterbilt, but Sims is not here. So I don't know if you want to look for Sims.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's working hard today. She's up beside the judge more than the judge is there. He keeps getting out of his seat. But Victoria is working hard today, guys. And we get to see Steven and we get to see Melissa. Melissa's working hard today too. Doesn't she? She looks gorgeous. I kept that part in because it was Victoria working hard. Nothing happens. There's Steven. There's Victoria again.
They're doing well. Well,
But it should have been done prior to signing on.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't look at this. I didn't see that.
Oh,
That's what I didn't see.
okay.
My fault.
But it is good to do.
No, okay, my fault.
Get it together.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, 2 more things.
Get it together,
Looking at
Judge.
you, I've got these 2,
Bond violation?
no,
Oh.
supervision orders. I signed, but the defendants never signed. Does that mean they never signed their bond commission?
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
In this
Take your power back, girl. Take your power back.
has been for,
No, but also, in the beginning, she was generating everything was supposed to be state's bond petition, but I'll look at them to see.
let's see, and then, because I need to see like this one here.
Yeah. So if I see that state's.
I always give donations to Hope for Pause because I love it that I think my donation is going to be a hamburger. Like they take these hamburgers and cheeseburgers out to give to the animals they're trying to lure, the dogs they're trying to rescue. And every time I donate to them, I think, yes, this is going to be a hamburger. Your timing is fine, Debbie. Everything's fine.
Bond conditions were signed, then
This is the first one. This would be state conditions.
okay, so that's probably why she was generating for all of them. Yeah, that's
There's no conditions.
White. I have my notes from yesterday. I'll look and see. I think White was on yesterday, no?
Right.
Okay.
625. That's. She never signed and she never did bond. We never did state's conditions either.
Let me go look at my notes.
And then, yeah, I guess, yeah, pull the docket and see, maybe I didn't do conditions.
White.
And
Yesterday.
I know for a fact, Molina, according to this, he's the guy that's the picks up the theft that like he's supposed to do home repair on the baby. And then he just took off. Put a ton of conditions on him. So if he didn't sign it, it's a real issue.
But this guy, but they go, see, they.
Fozzie gets no snacks today, guys.
You want me to get it? No, I'll check on because I was right.
Is this where I look for the prior dockets?
Yeah, but it's not in there because it was entry.
That's not even in this yet.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, you want me to call it to image it?
No. I guess the only real concern is Molina because that's a DWI. He's not supposed to be consuming alcohol or.
This is going to add to his jewels in his crown. That's what it did. He picked him up. Yes, that's not.
Yes, sure. All right. This is Mr. Alfred Johnson. We have a DWI plea. I believe it is time served on Class B.
And are they going to dismiss the other case? Is that okay? All right. Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Sir, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged, guys. Hey, keep it down, please. You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where you're basically just pleading guilty to this offense and it's going to go on your record. Understand, Mr. Johnson, this charge will go on your record for the rest of your life. Will never be able to take it off. You can't take it off. Not only that, you will now be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So what we're doing today will not happen again. You understand? You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So like I said, once you plead guilty to something, you can never change it. You're stuck with this. It's even there after you die. The only other advice I'm going to give you is that if you ever get pulled over and an officer sees this, well, they will, because they run every single license plate that they pull over. If they see you have a prior DWI and they roll up to you and they smell alcohol or dope, what do you think is going to happen? Right. So I would never, even if you've had 1 beer, 1 shot, 1 glass of wine, I wouldn't get in the car because you're taking a humongous chance. As much as I love Mr. Fertitta, how much money have you given him? I could have cost you $20 in an Uber. As much as I want you to make $1 million, right? So beware, you're on notice now. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. I'm going to suspend your license for the minimum, which is 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. And your other case will be dismissed on motion of the state. Tell me about the weapon now.
So, it's called assistance now. It used to be welfare, Julie. Even they won't drop the price. If you go to them for assistance, it's $150 to get spayed or neutered. It's $150. There are other ones that will spay and neuter for like $50, but they cut the ear off, like they cut the ear off so everybody knows that it's a catch and release. I can't remember what it's called. TNR, trap, neuter, release. I don't know. Um, and then all those and then they put a tattoo on their belly too, so that surgeons don't go back in. Yeah, they clip the ear. They clip the tip of the ear, so one of the ears is like rounded real low. Um, the cats don't care, but yeah, I mean, then you can get it done for cheaper, and they'll also do, the heartworm and fleas and everything at least that one time while the animal's in there. But yeah, if you take your own pet, like even welfare people, that it's still as expensive. It's just as expensive. Spay and neuter assistance program. Yeah. Yep. Notch in the ear and a tattoo. I have a cat that has one real little ear and one real long ear. She was a stray. She was pretty bad. Hi, Amy. Oh, I didn't know that. Hi, Inanna. They say that tomcats get the other ear, because but yeah, for dogs in New York, yes. Yeah, I have a cat with a little tattoo. Oh, yeah, that's a good. I didn't think about that. Anyway, the judge is about to get real good, so I'm gonna put him back on. I'm serious. He's about to get real good, really good. I don't know about cats that use they, them pronouns, Carolyn. I don't know. They get snootered, maybe spootered.
It was a pistol. It was in his saddlebag, Your Honor.
So
It was a motorcycle.
forfeiting the weapon?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Please see the foot.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson? So the total is,
David Romero, PTI violation.
I remember we spoke about this. We initially spoke about this last week, Mr. Romero, you were lucky enough to get in this program as it is. You were expected to strictly comply with the rigors of this because that's what it takes to get a DWI dismissed. Back 15 years ago, 10 years ago, we didn't have anything like this. If you got a DWI, you ended up with a conviction no matter what. You never even had a chance to get dismissal. Now, times have changed. You're lucky that you can even get dismissal off. And if you play with us, that offer goes away. Now, I don't normally allow people to stay on when they have issues. I guess for me, it would depend on what he has done, what he hasn't done. If he has shown that he's done absolutely nothing, I'm not inclined to just continue this nothingness. Well, no, what I would like to know is what he has done. The TRAS just tells us what he needs to do. I want to know what he has actually done, why they want to kick him out, and whether, I guess whether we should keep him on or not. Is it an exercise in futility? So it's Shatoria. Will you tell us about Mr. Romero, please?
Shatora? Who is Shatora? Have we heard of Shatora before? I don't know who Shatora is. Don't know.
Do you need more time?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me a little bit of, if you want to get with Shatoria, she can tell you exactly what he's done and what he's not done. Yeah. Mr. Romero, just take a seat for me in the jury box. Don't go anywhere.
So, Your Honor, for a plea, come on all the way up.
Mr. Bursey, how's jail? Really? Are you sure?
Sir.
You were here because no self-control. You were charged with a criminal mischief. So that tells me that at some point you wigged out and just did whatever you want to do. You were lucky to get the offer that you have now. As it stands, are we going on the evading or are we going on the mischief?
Mischief, Judge.
Okay. The evading is going to be dismissed, and you're very lucky because that's the one that's an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you were to pick up a second evading, you will be looking at years, not days, because then they can enhance you to a felony offense. I'm going to tell you now, if I see you in here again, you're going to be doing some serious time. You understand? You're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Mr. Johnson or Mr. Jones. So what was it that he broke?
The door of a business. There was the door of a business, smashed the front door, as well as there was the windshield of the vehicle.
What was the value of the door?
The door damage was
$1,500. Did you replace that?
I replaced it. I paid the windshield. I didn't have that much money for it.
And don't toy with me, Mr. Bursey. Do we have restitution in this case? Were they made whole?
Restitution. I lost my job.
Do you know, Mr. Press, did he pay restitution? How is it fair? How is this fair?
Being attacked, and when I was leaving, went in the store.
I want to know about the case.
Okay.
All I want to know is how is it fair that you get to get out of jail now, yet they're on the hook for $1,500?
I'll make payments.
I want you to know, Mr. Bursey, that from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. And I'm telling you now that I will make a docket notation about exactly what happened here today. If I see you back here with a new case, it will not be anything under 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. This charge will go on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You come back here with a new case, that's what you'll be doing. You understand me? How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to 4 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 29 days that you've just done. Next time it's triple. You understand?
Sir.
Good luck.
So, thank you.
We'll see. Thanks, man.
See you Friday, dude. Okay, we're waiting for the lawyer, Mathis's lawyer, to come out. She has really short hair this time, and she's a red shirt on. That's what we're waiting for. That's when the judge gets really, really good. By the way, the judge's left eye is bothering him again today. Yesterday I didn't see it so much, but today it is.
There you go. Just bring it up.
Mr. Romero, come up. So he was required to do all the standard stuff on the DWI PTI program.
The only thing that we saw was that he completed the DWI education course, and he had violations on his device, and we couldn't prove that he was going to IOC. Because of that, they recommended to go to SATF. But the team that just came back just recommended IOC.
But he's not doing that.
No, I didn't have any proof that he was enrolled in this.
Can I say two things?
Of course.
Number one, especially that's right, there's no verification that he completed. He just told me he has proof of it, and he did it.
He had proof. The only way that we will continue is if you have proof that he's done the IOP, or that he's at least done some of it, because he's been on for how long? A year?
Yes.
You've been on for an entire year. If you've done nothing for an entire year, it's over. So I'll let you guys get together, show me what proof you have. No, of course you can. He's got a phone. He can go look and try to get it.
He has an email on that.
However what you have, you guys powwow, figure it out. But if you've not done anything within this year, we're done. That's it.
The only thing he did, I mean, other than that, which question right now, he did do the VIP class.
He did do the VIP? I thought you said he only done the DWI education class.
Yes, he did.
And I don't think he did the DWI education. That's what she told me. He didn't.
So let's do this. If you can get together with him, my concern is the IOP and whether he's done that or not, because he's obviously been consuming alcohol as well. So that's what I want to know, whether he's done it or not. So you guys just take your time and let's see what you can get. Mr. Fleming, come on in.
Seems like so long ago, but it was only a few days ago.
I'm not happy with you.
I already know it.
Sorry?
I already know.
You have literally, over the course of years, have picked up what, 30 cases? Is that what it is? Is it 42? 51? How many cases is it, Mr. Dieterville?
Trespass case.
No, it wasn't a trespass case.
Yes, it was.
Hold on a second, let me pull it up.
Trespass case.
Maybe it is. It is it is a trespass case. Do you remember what I told you last time you came here? What did I tell you?
I remember, you said something? Yes.
Therein lies the problem, because you can't remember. You continue to pick up cases. You continue to do what you want to do. And I told you I'm done. We're not doing this anymore. I gave you the opportunity. I asked you to go take a drug test. What did you do?
Storm.
Don't storm me. You were in court on Thursday. I asked you to go take a drug test and I told you to come back. What'd you do?
I would do it. It was storm. That's it. The
He
next
goes
day
with
was
you.
storm.
And don't put me on Front Street. I asked you to go take a drug test and you just left. You didn't go take one.
He told me come on the 17th. He told me come on the 17th. Next day. That's what he told me. As he said.
Tracy, hey, we ordered Mr. Dieterville to go take a drug test, did we not?
Take the camera again.
Did he take the drug test?
No.
Right. Now, who's Tracy? Who's Tracy? Why isn't he asking Melissa or Victoria? Who are these new people? I don't like change, guys. I don't like change.
Mr. Dieterville, goes with you. Sorry, I'm revoking your bond now. You're staying with me. Come on. Bond's already been set, James. And on this case, like I told him, I will not take anything anymore. We're doing DDRP so that we can make sure we can find out what we need to do.
I didn't sign a contract.
Okay. Connor, I'm ready when you are.
We need them. We need hugs.
Yeah, you press your right one to the yeah.
All right, Mr. Carrillo, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. This charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. This is important because it comes with an affirmative finding of family violence. What that means is that if you ever pick up another case like this, you go to a family member and you grab their arm, even the slightest way, and it hurts, you will be facing a second degree or a third degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. All you have to do is grab a family member's arm and make it hurt, and you'll be faced with a third degree felony. You understand
Growl at him.
how small that is for you to be looking up to 10 years in prison. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this thing as well now, because it's going on your record. You having a gun in your possession is a Class A misdemeanor for the rest of your life. Do you understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, or denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement today, you can never change this, undo this, challenge this. We're done today. We're done forever. You understand? Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the officer?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Remember, has an affirmative finding of family violence. Slightest thing you ever pick up another case like this, you'll be doing some serious time in prison. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Connor.
not pushing this one because.
Morning, Mr. Brown. Sir, you stand charged with the offense of indecent assault, contact with fluid. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present or questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer, the lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
On January 21st, 2023, officers responded to a Subaru dealership in Harris County, Texas. Complainant told officers she had arrived at the dealership at approximately 10:18 a.m. She was standing in front of her vehicle. She was approached by an elderly white male, approximately 5'9", 200 pounds, started a conversation with her about the mustache decal on her vehicle. Complainant told officers that she did not find the conversation awkward until the elderly male asked her if she was in her 20s. She informed the defendant that she was 17 and in high school. The elderly male then started to touch with his hand the side of her rib cage, giving her side hugs and eventually kissing the top of her head. They continued to speak, and the elderly male made his first attempt to kiss her on the lips. The complainant moved back, and the male's lips only touched the left side of her lips. The elderly male did not go away. After the first attempt, they continued to speak with the complainant. The conversation turned into the elderly male attempting to flirt with the complainant and suggesting that she become a model and do sexy poses like in Playboy. The elderly male then proceeded to give a side hug to the complainant and kiss her on the lips. Complainant told officers she closed her teeth as he attempted to stick his tongue in her mouth. The complainant stated that after that the male was done, she had saliva all over her lips. The elderly male then told the complainant she was a good kisser and that she now has a story to tell her friends about kissing an older guy. Complainant's brother-in-law, who approached after the kiss, was able to get a license plate number of the elderly male's vehicle. The license plate was ran, and the complainant ID'd the defendant based on a license photo.
And the date of the offense was January of 2023?
Correct.
It's just been pending that long?
No, it was filed May 1st.
Of 2024?
Yes.
What's the reasoning? Do we know?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I'll work it out.
Mr. Brown, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. So do you work at that dealership or?
He owned a Subaru. So he owned a Subaru and it was at the Subaru dealership.
So serendipitously end up both at the, okay. I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with this person and not to have contact with anyone under 17 years old. Imagine that's not any kind of familial relationship. I'm entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies. Can you file a MOA, please? The order for protection.
It can't actually be on this case.
Let's do a no contact order. Just do a no contact order.
Okay. I'm entering in what's called a no contact order. You're not allowed to have contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons as well. If you violate these conditions, I'll revoke your bond. I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds from us, Mr. Brown.
We all know where Crystal's at in the video right now.
No weapons at home, Judge?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to take possession of it.
I'll follow those. So it's no contact, no weapons, and what else?
I know. Do you think that any more conditions would be appropriate?
Judge, as long as we can, I would say no going back to the dealership. That's about it.
Yes, that would be a good condition as well.
That particular dealership, right? Okay.
Yes.
This particular dealership, because I don't want you to actually bump into each other, and then that's why we don't know if and when she'll ever go back. I doubt that she'll probably end up going back to this dealership, right? Does he have any criminal history, Carson? Do you know?
Let me run it.
Please.
I was told he did not, but I always defer to the prosecution on that.
No, he's clean.
It's a bond. It's appropriate bond.
Well, yeah. I mean, Judge, if you would consider a PR bond, that would be preferable. But I I think he voluntarily showed up here today. He has no previous criminal history. I have a feeling that you have no issues with him getting to court. That's not going to be an issue. 500, maybe 1,000 max. I would
with that, Carson. I'll set your bond at $500 now. I will give you a PR bond now, Mr. Brown. I will tell you now that you will not get another PR bond from me. If you pick up a new case, you violate conditions, then I'll put you in jail. And like I said, you will not get any more PR bonds. The only thing I'm asking you to do is just not violate these conditions and don't pick up any.
Okay. If he walked up to the judge and did that, he would be in jail. If he did it to his attorney, he would be in jail. If he did it to the bailiff, he would be in jail.
New cases. You have a lawyer. Good job on having a lawyer. I will waive your appearance so I don't have to waste your time coming to court. I'm waiving your appearance so you don't have to mindlessly come to court and just sit here for nothing. But you must stay in touch with Mr. Yoakum, and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games and you're ducking and dodging phone calls, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So just stay in touch with him and it'll work out in the end.
This lifts the warrant once you post the PR bond. Just listen to what he has to say and we'll talk in a second.
So what'll happen now is you'll get with our pretrial services officer. We'll process all the paperwork so that you will not have any warrant for you anymore now, but just remain in contact with counsel and then he'll tell you how it'll proceed. Okay. For now, we'll have you sign a reset and then I'm just gonna have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions with the district attorney and then we'll tell you when you can leave.
Victoria, hey, I'm almost at the part where I don't remember her name. Mathis's lawyer shows up and the judge is on fire. Just fire. I love it. Here, it's coming soon. I know it. Yeah, Kelly, I would ask her about the two new people, but I don't remember their names, so I can't.
Yeah, actually, so.
My goodness. Victoria, thank you. Thank you for replying to that email. I appreciate it.
Oh,
thank you.
See you, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
Somebody tell her their names. I don't remember.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I like your hair.
Thank you.
What's new?
It's new, yes. It's hot, so it's up.
Don't.
Guys, pay attention. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Don't tell me about hot. I know. What's new?
I'm here on Mr. Joel Perez.
It's on docket today?
Yes, Judge.
On violation, is it?
The bond violation is set for Friday.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Tell me about Paris.
Mr. Joel, so the bond violation is for the, his device was not working. He did.
So are we talking about Mr. Perez?
Yes, Judge.
Is he here?
No, he's waived today, but his appearance is required for Friday.
Judge, so he had two cases, one of them that was on Friday, but the other didn't. So
That's why I'm wondering what happened.
that's why, because when they filed a bond violation, it's just for the one case number, and I had to go in and move the other.
I see. Okay, that's okay.
So I don't want to talk about the thing until he's here.
Until he's here?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything without him being present.
I understand.
Because I need to hear from him. I don't even remember what happened, but I don't want to, not until he's here
Fair
so we
enough.
can figure it out, you know?
Okay,
Right.
is it possible for me to get a recess from Friday?
No. I mean, do you have something else to do? Can you zoom in?
I can. My problem would be him, not me. I can be.
I don't, God. You tell, what, he's got a conflict? Is that what it is?
No, he just got a job. I told him. He just got a job. He's a single dad. He was told that he wasn't going to be coming to court until.
He's got the bond violation. I mean, he want a back rub too? Is that what he wants?
I would love.
I need one too. I'll tell you what, after all this.
I'll let him know that he's got to be here. I'll let him know.
No, he's got to be here. He's the one that's violating conditions. I don't even know why. I mean, you said it went dead?
It went dead. He did tell me that it went dead, and he called Pre-Cal to figure out what can be done for it. They told him to go get a new device. So he's been calling the people for the device to see how he can do that.
If it's been dead and it's stayed dead, he will be dead.
I'll let him know that.
He better get that.
So it's not like he's drinking or anything. He just, it's hard for him to find time to do things.
Plug in a device, it's hard to get.
No, to get the new device. He's got to get a new one because he's been letting Pre-Cal know that it's not working. And he's been calling the device manufacturer to let them know it's not working.
It's got to go there. Calling is like wishing upon a star. When you wish upon a star. No, you got to go there. They're not going to come to you. Here, King, let me help you out. You know what I mean? That's what they think, that people are going to wait on them hand and foot like they're the king and queen. No, you got to go there. It's like these people who they put in one application. They think that everyone's going to give them a job.
Yeah.
No.
I'll let him know and I'll tell him again. Sure thing. So Friday? Yes, Judge.
Or if you want tomorrow, you can have tomorrow. It don't matter to me. Whatever you want.
I'm just saying Friday's fine by me. And I'll let him know that he has to be.
Whatever. I mean, really, I'm here for the long haul. So.
Thank you, Judge. I guess we'll see you on Friday, Judge.
Yeah.
Thank you. My be excused, Judge.
Thanks.
I told you, it's awesome.
I'll let him know.
I know that was his right eye, but his left eye was bugging him today a lot.
You're saying he had surgery. Around.
Vamos a poner tu caso para mañana porque tu abogado no está aquí. No sé a dónde estamos. No sé a dónde está tu abogado. So, I don't know. No sé qué decirte.
Dijo que
no quiero que tú me dices. No me importa. Solamente tu abogado no está aquí y lo necesitamos. So, vamos a posponer tu caso para mañana.
Puedo venir mañana.
No me importa. Tienes que venir mañana. Tu abogado no está aquí. Tienes que llamarle para ver qué está pasando.
No contesta.
Trate de llamar más. No sé.
Usted me dijo que fuera a lo de la escuela. Y no he faltado porque es online, pero estoy hospitalizado. Vine porque...
No voy a hablar contigo de tu caso sin tu abogado que está presente. Vamos a posponer tu caso para mañana. Tienes que llamarte más a tu abogado para ver qué está pasando.
Mañana.
I know no Spanish, but I think what he's saying is we can't talk right now because your lawyer's not here. You have to wait for your lawyer. And the guy's like, oh, but blah, blah, blah. And he's like, that, nope, your lawyer's not here. But I could be way wrong. And I'm sure, I'm 100% positive. If I'm wrong, well, I am wrong. Everybody in comments will let me know.
Si no vienes, te voy a poner un orden de arresto.
Perfecto.
Gracias. Mañana.
All right, I will join you downstairs. I'll wait with him for paying. I don't want to be paying. Okay. So I guess they'll go to the case because. Yeah. Reset. Email him for the email, but he's pretty important. Well, I emailed him to come for this case, it's a DB case. And then we'll-
You guys just missed the best part with the judge singing.
He just bouncing around four courts. I definitely do that.
We're done.
Yes, sir.
So, I was looking also because I was curious, but I don't think that a second indecent assault requires registration.
It doesn't.
I don't see it. Show me where. You can show me tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we don't find out who wins this debate, guys, because he shuts it off. But he's debating the prosecutor.
Yeah, I'll find it.
I'm looking at the statute now. I don't
Which
see
statute?
sex offender registration
Yeah,
program.
who you register? What about the indecent section?
I have,
I think it's.
Oh, you mean in the actual
Yeah.
22.012?
22, let's see.
22.012. Okay.
I can check.
Yeah. 250.
And we all know who won the debate, but we don't get to see who won the debate. So do you have to register as a sex offender if it's a second offense? I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what the question was, but you know what? I'm not a lawyer and I don't speak Spanish. So I'm probably wrong with a lot of things during this stream, and that's okay. That's why I have comments. Comments lets me know. They let me know where I've been wrong. Hey, John. You guys always come in at the tushy end of it. There's nothing I can do about it. All right, guys. I know. Victoria won. Don't forget to rewind it, everybody who came in, because the judge sings to us. But don't rewind it to the beginning of the judge, because the first 5 minutes of Judge Fleischer today was horrific, horrific, horrific animal abuse. So if that's going to trigger you, just rewind it to 5 minutes after he started, because it's really bad. One verbal warning. Next, he gets a poke in the eye. But he has, oh, that's why his eye always bothers him. His left eye always bothers him. Listen, can you just hit his right eye for a little bit and leave his left eye alone? It's really, really bothering him. Lucy's going to go wish upon a star. Oh, man. Oh, HRH. You might want to skip the beginning of Judge Fleischer. I'm telling you, it's not a happy one at all. But the rest of it is awesome. He did great today. He really did. No, he won't end up blind. He's Superman. Yes, yeah, I wonder what number 3 is. Oh, the Carol Burnett show. Yes. I can't tug on my ear with this stupid thing on. Oh, man. Okay. No, don't hit the left eye anymore. Hit him in the arm. Poke him in the arm. Poke him right in the throat. They hate that. Men hate that. Not that I would know. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Forget it. Never mind. Move on. Please let me know. Well, guys, I appreciate the support. I really do. I really, really do. Number 3 is notify family of your passing. Yes. Yes. Have you ever heard a Texas woman count to 3? Nope, never happens. They don't even know how to get to 4. If you ask a Texas woman to do math, they can't. Because as soon as they say 1 and 2, that's it. It's done. It's all over. Amy, have a great day. CRD, it's so lovely that you're in here. You have no idea how much we missed you. I wanted to say something else, but I can't remember what it is. So I'll remember as soon as I stop the stream. Yes, we will see you tomorrow. The shoe comes off. Carolyn, I can't reach my shoes anymore. It hurts my knee. No more shoes come off. If I drop something anymore, it stays there, right where I drop it. Stupid storm. I know, my chat is the best. It's so good. You're bendy. All right. Every time I drop something, I'm calling you. Well, Steve, you helped. Maybe, probably, possibly. You helped. Sleep. Yes, we can all take a little nappy nap. We could. Not you, Victoria. You need to go get to work. Tell Melissa we said hi. I don't know, Victoria, if you're still here or not, but I did. I did it. I sent a box of candy out today. It should get there on Friday, they said. You guys enjoy it, and it's up to you whether you share it with Judge or not. I mean, I guess technically it's his favorite candy, but that doesn't mean you guys can't have any. Have it all. Have it eaten right in front of him. Told you. I told you, Judge. I told you. Now I get to have the candy. Diana, you have an awesome day too. B24 Liberator, you have an awesome day. Ms. Glow, you have an awesome day. Texas Vernon, you have the best day. Nicola Maxwell, thank you so much for your comments. They're awesome. You have a good day. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Thanks for coming out. I really appreciate it. I do. See ya.